don't know. I don't know. And all of a sudden, you know, we're at the wrap party for Big Brother.
To the after party with my, I guess now ex.
You don't get asked me for a business class flight home.
He shuts it down.
I did not watch it. He straight up asked me if I was happy and I said no.
Am I being delusional? There's definitely something more going on with them too.
To the after party with my, I guess now ex, like hurt and we like work through them like all relationships do.
JOJO Siwa is being called out after cheating, gaslighting, and manipulating the entire world into believing that she's a victim for cheating on her relationship with Kath Ebbs. JOJO is in a lot of trouble, so let's get into it.
Is it cheating if they have a friend at work and they call them their work wife or work husband?
Not cheating, but your partner's a loser. Yeah, embarrassing. Embarrassing, cringe, find it.
I wonder if Kath would change their answer now after witnessing their girlfriend go on public television and cheat on them. Clearly, it was more than just a cringe moment. As we all know, JOJO Siwa starred in Celebrity Big Brother, but we did not anticipate her finding romance within the house, especially because JOJO Siwa has been so active with being a lesbian and also putting her relationships on blast. So we knew that she was going into this house as a person who's in a relationship, but she did not act like that. We saw so many uncomfortable moments where she and Chris were all over each other, and now that we are back in reality, JoJo has to deal with the consequences of Kath. They had a really nasty breakup, and JoJo is now doing some press, and I feel like she's trying to gaslight the world into thinking that she's the victim here. I do want to note that JoJo's 21 years old. She's still figuring herself out. She's allowed to say she's lesbian or queer or straight or whatever she is. Kath is a little older. They are 27 years old. Granted, I don't think they would know better in this situation because who really can prepare you for JOJO Siwa?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Are you this? I don't know. Are you that? I don't know.
So it's like
Is it
one
this?
of those,
I don't know.
It's one of those classic conversations.
Are you
where you're
happy in our
well,
relationship?
Yeah, but it's just like, hey, I don't want to have this conversation right now. And then like, but I want to ask you some questions.
Yeah.
And then they start having the conversation.
Now, JoJo's talking about the moment leading up to her breakup with Kath, which actually happened in public at the Big Brother after party, which is really uncomfortable.
No one wants to have in this moment.
And I was
then all of a
honest
sudden
about that.
and all of a sudden you're having it.
And then all of a sudden we're having it. And all of a sudden, you know, we're at the wrap party for Big Brother. I'm getting cussed out. It was the security guard kept turning around to me being like, and I was like, you know what I mean? Like, because I understand where they're angry and where they're coming at me, but...
That was JoJo Siwa on the Vile Files, and it's interesting to see how much press she's doing after Celebrity Big Brother. I mean, it's pretty typical. After you do a show, you can do press, but she's speaking a lot about their relationship, and it almost seems like with Nick, she's trying to rewrite what actually happened there, or paint a different picture. I do think there's a world where Kath is kind of a victim here. They were under the impression that they would be in a committed relationship and then watched it all unfold on television. It's got to be really painful for Kath, but I think that JoJo Siwa has like kind of a lack of emotion. Maybe it's because she's 21, but she sees like things in a very transactional way. Kind of reminds me of like living in LA and how people act. Everything's very transactional, and in this next segment, it seems like Kath was just that.
don't get to have it both ways.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to ask me for a business class flight home and then do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like...
Business flight home. Oh, so Kath likes to fly first class.
Like,
Or just
when I already got to a plane ticket home. You know what I mean? Like, it's... I don't know. There's just a lot of...
business class. Nick doesn't even put me in business class.
Yeah.
You putting your ex in business class?
No, I did not. I was straight up. I was like, look, you posted the video again.
Well, also at the end of the day, like JoJo Siwa has a lot of money, so it's not that big of a dent for her.
And you didn't give any context. Like, I don't feel comfortable asking my team to do that right now. Like, it's a mess. And we had a long talk about it not being a mess anymore. And it's a mess. And I think that there's just so much misinformation out there that would not be the right thing to do right now. Like,
Were you
At least give Kath like maybe not a first class to get home, but just a ticket home to get out of there.
just as shocked as like the rest of us to see their video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely was. I was on the phone with my mom and I saw it on Instagram first and it was, cut off. So I was like, oh, the full version must be on TikTok. And then I saw the full 13-minute version and I was like, oh, I'll be genuine. I did not watch
13 minutes is
13 minutes is
forever.
crazy.
I did not.
Wait, not JoJo, not even watching her ex-partner's like breakup video about their relationship. So how can you really speak on it if you didn't even see it?
I did not watch it.
That's a movie.
It's a movie. It's
This comment reads, everyone was going off about Kath being 27 and JoJo being 21 and how gross the age difference is then. But now there is this relationship between her and Chris, who, keep in mind, JoJo Siwa is 21 and Chris is 32. JoJo trying to gaslight us into believing her perspective is the only perspective believable. She's out there working hard to spread her story. Mackenzie writes, Kath was silenced for publicly expressing her feelings on the situation, told to take the video down for giving her side and speaking the truth. I do want to mention, I'm pretty sure Kath is non-binary. Maybe this commenter did not realize that. You know what's worse than getting injured? Fighting with the insurance company afterwards. They will often stall, delay, and lowball you because their goal is to pay you as little as possible because they are not on your side. That's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. They are the largest injury law firm in America with over 1,000 attorneys and millions of clients served. They've secured billions of dollars for settlements and verdicts, including a $26 million payout in Philadelphia, 40 times more than what the insurance company originally offered. And the best part about Morgan & Morgan is that they don't charge anything up front. There is no consulting fee, there's no hourly rate, there's no hidden cost by going and getting them to help you out. So if you've been hurt in an accident, Morgan & Morgan has your back if you become their client. You can go to forthepeople.com/Sloan or scan the QR code on the screen to start your claim now. You probably could get it submitted before this video is even over with. And it's not going to hurt to go and figure out how much you are owed. Thank you, Morgan & Morgan, for sponsoring this video, and enjoy. This is a new low, JoJo. Kath had to fly 24 hours home in economy with no privacy after being internationally humiliated. A business class flight would have been nothing for JoJo to offer. I mean, business flight, probably like $1,000, right? I would think so. And she made about $400,000 from this show. If I was dating a millionaire and she just cheated on me live on live TV, yes, I would expect a business ticket home. Squiggles commented, not JoJo, punishing Kath for telling the truth. Dolly asked, how on earth do people manage to find a way to blame Kath in this situation? Allie commented, bruh, at least she could have done that for Kath. Come on. And then Kath posts one TikTok. JoJo goes on an international television show and 83 podcasts. If you aren't caught up on a situation and you're questioning, what is JoJo talking about? What video did Kath post on the social media? Here is a snippet of Kath talking about their relationship. And this is what upset JoJo so much that they decided they weren't going to give Kath a plane ticket home.
Before I could even get back to the hotel, I went to the after party with my, I guess now ex, and was dumped.
Kath Ebbs has just revealed that JoJo Siwa ended their relationship shortly after leaving the Big Brother house. The 27-year-old Australian actor took to Instagram to set the record straight, following growing speculation.
Someone told me online that I look like Kath, like that we look like the same face, and every time I see them, I just can't stop thinking about that, and I don't know how to feel.
About JoJo's increasingly close friendship with fellow housemate Chris Hughes. Kath opened up about the difficulty of staying silent, explaining that after 2 weeks of watching things unfold without getting any clarity, they felt it was finally time to speak out.
The only thing I have to do is to finally address it after 2 weeks of watching certain things unfold and not being able to get any clarity.
They claimed that JoJo had been love-bombing them before entering the Big Brother house.
Being told that I'm the love of someone's life, being asked to marry them before this social experiment, being adored throughout behind closed doors.
Kath then confessed they felt hurt and humiliated by what they had been witnessing on screen. Despite this, Kath had planned to meet JoJo after the final and work through things privately.
I went to the live show to show up for my partner and then obviously later on address my feelings of like hurt and like work through them like all relationships do.
Kath explained what JoJo had said to them.
I was told that there are confused feelings there and that they had realized in the house that I wasn't the person that they wanted to spend the foreseeable.
Fans were quick to show support in the comments. I have been watching this unfold and I cannot imagine what you are going.
It was so hard to watch all this unfold. And honestly, the aftermath has been even worse. JoJo Siwa's recent press tour is hard to watch. She's going on national television and essentially blaming Kath for the predicament that we're in right now.
Initially, I was told that, you know, the rap party was something they didn't want to attend. And then about an hour into the rap party, they decided they wanted to. And so I was genuinely just going to have a conversation before. And then it just led to another. They straight up asked me if I was happy, and I said no. And, you know, one thing led to another, and that conversation did take place there. But there were countless things that I was like, that's not, you know, something that I should be okay with, and I don't need to be okay with, and I'm not happy. And I knew as soon as I got out, I wanted to fix things in my life and make the changes that I needed to make.
You did it very quickly. I mean, you sort of made those changes at the wrap party, by all accounts, and your ex has sort of come out and talked about that as well. So that's obviously going to shine the light on it.
Yeah.
Jess commented what she did was cruel. She did it in front of the whole world. Poor Kath. Solar Moon wrote, I'm not surprised in the slightest. JoJo has love bombed and then hurt all of her previous girlfriends. So sad for Kath, though. That must have been awful to watch. Let's not forget what she said about her partner in the interview before entering the house. Come on. Another person added, LOL, her trying to make Kath look like the bad one. Typical cheater behavior. And then finally, so she emotionally cheats and now is gaslighting everyone about it. Now, all of these comments are writing, I feel so bad for Kath. Should I feel bad for Kath? And I actually genuinely do, especially because I feel like it's not just the rap party where the drama had built up, but it was this entire time that like Kath was here questioning whether their relationship is real or if it's safe while JoJo is on TV. And of course, Kath's people and their lives, like they are asking Kath, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you sitting around watching this unfold? It's embarrassing.
I also was going on a morning show the next day with Chris, and we were going to shut the JoJo and Chris rumors down, and we were going to say we're friends. But in regards to my ex now, the conversation that I had with them was they were going to do their video, give a little more context, and then they asked me to not speak about them. And the only reason why I'm okay to briefly speak about them is because they reposted their video and gave no context. And then continued to let their friend, who actually, while I was in the house, did something pretty bad to them. Their friend has been going off on social media trying to, you know, spread the same misinformation, and it's gotten deeper. And so that's the only reason why I'm okay to speak on my behalf out of protection for myself and out of protection for Chris.
Gabby commented, JoJo shifting the blame and playing victim is crazy. Maddie commented, bro, she still cheated. Does she not realize that she's a serial cheater? Self-awareness, please. This person commented, so she expected them to fly for 24 hours, then sit alone in their hotel room while she was pawning Chris until the small hours. Selfish. Another person asked, respect for Chris? Where was the respect for her partner when she was in the house? And finally, girl, what miscommunication? We all saw it with our own eyes. Now, this is a pretty difficult position that JoJo has put herself in. We've got her out here trying to tell her story to the world to convince us, but at the same time, we saw everything with our own eyes. We saw the moments of JoJo snuggled with Chris and them having these deep conversations. Fans even writing that Chris and JoJo are the UK's favorite couple now. So it seems like a lot of viewers just accepted like JoJo's now straight. Keep in mind that JoJo did come out as queer within the show. I don't know what that necessarily means. I mean, she was lesbian before and now she's queer. So I guess maybe queer she could be with guys or girls, which is interesting timing, seeing that she's like really engulfed in this relationship with Chris.
JoJo! Have you learned nothing?
It's even harder to watch when you look back on receipts and you see that Kath was actually there the entire time trying to defend JoJo with every episode. Like when JoJo got into it with Mickey before Mickey had gotten kicked out of the house, Kath had gone on to social media and defended JoJo.
He asks her if she's into boys or girls. She answers that she is gay. He then proceeds to tell her that he's going to turn her straight if he's in the house long enough. She shuts it down. Once she shuts it down, he says he's going to tie her up.
You just heard JoJo Siwa's partner, Kath, speaking out against Mickey Rourke.
My biggest question is I wonder if Kath would have done anything differently or if JoJo and Chris would have done anything differently. Also, keep in mind that Chris is kind of like a silent partner here. Like, he's also a part of this entire equation, but we don't get a lot of information about him. We're not talking about a 32-year-old creeping on a 21-year-old. We're not talking about a 32-year-old respecting a 21-year-old's like gender identity. I mean, looking at the footage, it doesn't even seem like JoJo has that figured out, but that's okay. She's young.
There we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Set?
Yeah.
Now, I think that Kath has probably got to go and protect themselves in this situation. I think JoJo needs to maybe sit back and do some reflecting. And I think maybe Chris needs to go back home and go and like reassess after destroying this relationship so publicly. I mean, granted, it's not Chris's fault, but it's really JoJo's. Anyways, I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. It makes me think about the time that I interviewed JoJo not too long ago. It was actually on a red carpet, and she had gone through a recent breakup. At that point, the news hadn't broken yet, so I asked her about the relationship, and the response was awkward.
Why is it important for you, as someone who's been so public your whole life, to like share a private relationship like this?
I mean, look, let me first say Kayla is an amazing girl. She's truly super special. We have gone our own ways, which is totally okay. It does happen.
Anyways, I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Bye, guys.